And welcome everyone to another Logan Community Starcraft event brought to you by myself, Logan. Tonight we have the grand finals for the SC24Life Silver and Bronze League tournament. This map we're going to be pulling up the first game for. It is Tal'Darim Altar LE, and we're just about ready to get started. Casting with me this evening we have my co-commentator, Nibbling, who you've seen in the tournament before. Say hello.
Hello, thank you, Logan.
Yes, and we also have with us an epically large crowd and pizza. Yeah! Okay, so getting into the game, we have, so we have in the bottom left-hand corner, the yellow Zerg player, SpeedySS. In the top left-hand corner of Tal'Darim Altar, we have the pinkish Protoss, KingItchy. So one of the important things to know about this map, Tal'Darim Altar, is the fact that there's actually no high ground to defend your main. So it's a small choke, but you don't have the high ground advantage, which makes it difficult to hold there, and you have a relatively wide entrance for your natural. But because of the large distances in this map, you actually have quite a bit of time, and I'd also like to point out that you have an easy to defend and take third. So with a map this large, for the very first map in the map pool, we have the potential for a nice long macro game.
Possibly, but I'm liking what KingItchy is doing here at the opening. With a map this large, early scout, although on smaller maps may be a waste of resources, is definitely the smart move. We need to know the location. They could be opposite or in even neighboring bases.
You're exactly right, and what I find interesting here is that because this is a 4-player map, it's actually very rare to see both of the players scout the correct direction immediately. So we do have KingItchy. He knows exactly where his opponent is. And very soon, SpeedySS will get this very slow Overlord all the way to his base. I do want to point out at some point, remember, Terran buildings fly faster than standard Overlords. I really quite enjoy that fact. We do have a fairly early pool going down for SpeedySS. It looks like this was probably a 13 pool, which on a large map like this could indicate that he's wanting to go with some pretty heavy early aggression, especially after seeing this gas geyser going down.
Oh, for sure.
We do see in the top right-hand corner, it looks like KingItchy is going for a very standard opening. This is a Forge First Fast Expand. So the point behind this is you have enough money for the Forge, you throw this down, then the Nexus, and then you have enough money after that to finish off the wall and throw it on a cannon, and that prevents Zergling run-bys. And also, if you put the cannon far enough behind, the cannon can actually shoot all the incoming roaches, but the roaches cannot actually shoot the cannon because they don't have enough range. So it's actually quite a good play, and it's a good way for Protosses to get an economic lead over their Zerg opponents.
However, what with the Overlord from SpeedySS coming in the right direction first time, he should know that because there's absolutely nothing in the main.
It's true, and ooh.
Oh.
Do you guys know what this means? Cannon Rush! Woo! Okay, so the funny part here is that SpeedySS actually, he does see it. Okay. This is quite a dangerous position for SpeedySS. I do believe, actually, to be completely honest, this is the correct move. Simply move away. I would actually just come down here.
And that's what he's doing.
Building right here. Way to go, team, everyone. So what this means is that this was a great move. However, all it did was cost 250 minerals. The cancel.
Canceled.
The cancel. Baneling Nest? No?
Roach Warren.
Roach Warren. Okay, I was really thinking that as he goes for the cancel, he's actually going to continue. He's going to try to cannon contain him. This could be quite and the Ninja Expo. The Ninja Expo. What are your thoughts on the Ninja Expo there, Nibbling?
You know, on a larger map, it's doable, but with any amount of intel, a Ninja Expo just turns into a waste of resources. And you'd think by the time we get to the finals in this tournament, some players would have learned their lesson.
Mark was actually hoping that Sterling would build in his natural.
So, I don't know what it is about Bronze and Silver Leagues, but you're right. Ninja Expos are like the thing to do.
Well, here's what I don't get about this one. It doesn't have a low ground connection up into his enemy's base here by the geyser. So the only thing he has is a disadvantage in vision when his opponent expands into that ground to see it. The only thing that could really be good about that would be to put a cannon on the high ground. But again, we're talking Protoss advantage. Even going Ninja, I wouldn't have picked this one.
You know, I actually agree with you here. I would probably take in one of these other ones. The general rule of thumb when expanding with fast units is you want to expand in the opposite direction. So with speedlings and fast roaches, you can expand here, and because you have such speed, you can control this area and still keep this base protected. However, if you're a Terran player that's going mech, it's actually much better to expand directly towards your opponent, because mech is very good in a straight line. It's very slow, but it has the ability, as you continue to slowly encroach on their land, to do simply devastating amounts of damage. We do have a Spire going down. Spire off of 2 gas geysers means muta production is going to be limited, and it looks like he's feeling under a little bit of pressure here. Otherwise, you generally don't see a spine crawler. So at this point, both players are basically just sitting back, macroing up. I want to point out that there's actually an opening here for sure, and another one it looks like over here. So this is definitely not a full wall off, and it's a little bit risky to leave this high value sentry just kind of hanging out in front. And I'm also very surprised that neither player has taken this very obvious watchtower directly between their bases.
Especially with the large map, there's so much room to sneak around each other. I see a base trade coming if we don't take tower soon.
It's true. Now remember, it looks like KingItchy is also remembering what I was just noticing. So remember, the last 2 games, SpeedySS, he won with Nidusworms. I don't know if you know this. He has a vision. That means danger, Will Robinson. So it looks like KingItchy, he's playing it safe. He's spotting around his base, and he does know about the creep over here. He knows that there's a base. What do you think he's going to do, guys? I feel like we should... Cannon rush! That would be hilarious. There cannon rush!
Called it with the vision from the high ground.
So this could actually be a little bit of a nuisance. I don't think this will actually take it out. I don't think this cannon has enough range to take out the hatchery. It'll prevent mining time from here.
Oh, for sure, which, given the fact that
idea.
we're not doing any kind of one base early aggression, I mean, it's too late to only be on one base.
So the worker count, we do see that KingItchy has a pretty substantial fleet. Check it out.
Another Ninja Expo.
We like...
Now, see, this is a much better placement. With the weeds protecting the vision so even a hesitant scout won't catch it.
It's true.
It's a much better choice.
It is. Actually, it's the same exact position here, but...
Just not with your enemy right upstairs.
Yeah, watching over you. Big brother, full of lasers watching down on you. Still surprised that these cannons are here, and that this expansion wasn't taken. However, it doesn't appear that that bothers either player. KingItchy was felt satisfied delaying that expansion, and remember, he has no idea... Oh, and we have another...
Right next to each other. This should be really
Ninja
good.
expansion. So I'd like to point out, this, going this way, leads to low ground Zerg. This goes to low ground Zerg this direction. It's almost like recursion.
Just rolling ones here.
We're going to start... This is going to be interesting. So in the production tab, we do have... obviously the Nexus. We do have a Stargate going down, though. I wonder what this is going to be for. Would you go? Would you wager Phoenix or Void Ray?
I would have to say Void Ray. We haven't seen any evidence of need for Phoenixes yet. In fact, we haven't seen much of anything. I'm seeing a second larva infestation and no units. What are we producing back at the main?
Yeah, if you check out the unit count, we have 11 larvae and not really anything producing right now. I think what's actually happening is he's gas starved, and he's wanting to flood out a whole bunch of mutas, or just a whole bunch of Nidusworm. How many units do we have in there? That's 24 lings and
5 roaches. That's where our roaches went.
So we have 30 lings, 5 roaches, all in the Nidusworm.
Now, do those roaches have anything? I mean, speed is going to become a huge issue on this large of a map.
They do have +1 attack, or +1 armor and Zergling speed, so that doesn't actually help out the...
Poor roaches.
Poor roaches. They'll be stuck slow. It's simply, I think, because he's been gas starved for this whole time. If you're going muta, you generally have to have at least 4 gas geysers.
Which, obviously, maybe not the geyser right below the cliff, but, yeah, the other one. We need, Immortals.
Moving out on the map, Immortals. I don't know if you know this. Immortals kill all buildings. That's just how it works. We do have the sentries tickling the mutas to death. They'll be taken out immediately with the sentries. I'm anxious to see what sort of counterattack happens. However, I don't think there's actually any place that SpeedySS has vision of KingItchy's base without some sort of coverage by KingItchy. So it looks like this hatchery is going to die. He wisely pulled the drones. He's going to be warping in stalkers. We do have this zealot bravely tackling all of the things by himself with lightsabers for arms. Because let's be honest, every 6-year-old man wishes for lightsaber arms.
It's true. And anyone who says not so is a liar.
It's true. So we have 6 more drones coming out. So it looks like this is actually pretty interesting. It looks like KingItchy is just wanting to run right over and end this game. He's got quite a big army coming in, and with 6 drones just coming out of SpeedySS, there's not going to be enough defense here.
No.
Now, at this point, Zerglings are actually a very good choice against this army composition, because remember, Zerglings are really good against Stalkers and Immortals. It would really come down to force field control, see if you can keep those Zerglings away from them. But I think Roaches at this point would be a complete waste, just because they'll get killed by such a high Roach. That's an Immortal count that I'm talking about. Do we have another Spire going down? Yep. He's rebuilding.
We do have.
He's rebuilding already.
On his main going
he's
down.
sacking the main. That's exactly what he's doing.
See, I'm so surprised in that event that we aren't pulling the drones. We've got 22 drones there.
Don't engage in the choke. Don't engage by the cannons. Don't engage by their defenses in your natural. I think that's a pretty good general rule of thumb. We do have the engagement here. However, I don't see any way that SpeedySS will be able to do much of anything here.
We're gonna get a couple pokes out.
We do. We take down
And
one Stalker.
One Stalker. Woo!
Good job, Pokey guy. Spine Crawler number 3. I would actually like to see him completely evacuate into this immediately and come out here.
Or even Nidus Worm. Why not throw a Nidus Worm?
No, the Nidus Worm, as long as it can come out in one of these other locations, he could keep all of this tech and all of these drones. Just all of them coming out one at a time.
However,
spawn camping.
as it turns out, Immortals destroy buildings.
Oh no, and Brandinator's slowing down the game. Poor Brandinator. So this layer is going to go down. It looks like he was counting on that, though.
It's fine. He's got another second as well in our lower right, so, you know.
It's true. He's still in the game. All the units that are inside died.
Ooh,
I don't know if everyone here knew that. So we're down to 28 to 135 supply.
Lead.
I don't know if everyone out there can see that. Let's a nice contrast. Too bad you can't zoom in on that. That's a pretty important thing to see. Look at the army size, 300 to 4,800.
Oh.
What do we?
Look, the tech we just threw down in Zerg base. We got a Hydralisk den.
It's true.
I'm not sure that was the right choice for this composition.
You know, to be honest, I agree with you. The other thing, I don't know if there's any way he could get back in this game. I actually probably would have counterattacked. This army right here is very powerful, but with the Immortals, it's very slow.
Agreed.
So I think his best opportunity would have been to counter right there. But I think as is, we're going to see the
especially with
drone
Zerglings with speed, that would have been an easy base trade on a map this large. Because you're right, it would have taken them quite a while to get home. And finding one of the extra ninjas, that's fine.
Cancel it. He needs the money. He needs to cancel that. I wonder if he's going to give it. Okay.
Good call.
Good cancel. I actually would have waited a little bit longer to save some time for one of these other bases. This queen, I feel sad for queens. They're so valiant, but they do so little damage. We do have a Phoenix cruising the air, trying to hunt down some overlords. He could pick that up, but could not do a single thing with it, because it takes 2 Phoenixes to shoot down anything.
It's true.
The Broodlings, they did some damage. Remember, though, shields in StarCraft 2 regenerate a lot faster than they did in StarCraft 1, so once they're out of battle for a few moments, everything will be fine. And it looks like he does know about this base, and I don't see how SpeedySS can come back from this. There is this extra base here, but the army coming in, these buildings are going to be no match for the might of a single Immortal.
It's true, especially with the economy of 3 base Protoss already above 100.
He has quite a big bank. He actually could have been working on his macro a little bit here. He has not had warp-ins for what seems like forever. However, he knows that this game is pretty much in the bag, so you can't blame him for wanting to go out down in style, shooting all the gross Zerg buildings.
It's true.
Continuing to warp in. Also, I'd like to point out there is a distinct lack of proxy pylons. We had one here and one here. It looks like SpeedySS acknowledging that this probably wasn't going to work out in his favor, and KingItchy is going to be going up in the first game, so he now leads the series 1-0, and SpeedySS is now in the unfortunate, not quite unemployment, but the unfortunate position of having to win the next game to stay in the tournament. So congratulations to KingItchy, and good luck to SpeedySS.